Yo, what's going on, guys? Back here with another video. It is another day, man. Feel more refreshed. And we are back, now it's Sunday. New week, new beginning, man. And I think about that verse. I think it's in Lamentations, chapter 22, 23. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please leave in the comments. But how they say, our mercies are renewed every morning. So even though everything I did last week and what I did yesterday, any sins I may have committed, I woke up today. So Yahweh still has mercy on me. He's not done with me yet, man. A beautiful day today, man. So quiet out here, man. So the storm has settled, man. I'm glad it's settled down, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I'm not wearing it right now, bro, but I was grateful, bro, for some of the things that happened this week, and that's just confirmation I was leveling up. Because, I kind of like slightly argued with my mother when I first started that little fast, and hold on, let me finish this inside the car. I don't want no one listening to me, bro. Okay. But yeah, so you guys can see me. Let me put it up like that, man. Hopefully it doesn't look all off when I upload it, because I don't know what was wrong with the camera yesterday. See, sometimes it's in full screen, and sometimes when I upload it, it's in widescreen. So it was like very small yesterday, but it is what it is, man. I'm just trying to put this content out. Like I said, bro, I don't have any any crazy editing skills or whatever, bro. I'm just trying to just say what I need to say and get the hell off this video, bro. My bad. I'm just being honest, bro. Gotta get straight to the point. But yeah, so, that's how I knew that was on me, bro. Those are like the consequences from edging and stuff like that. When I first stopped, like when I watched it that morning, it's like early in the morning, like just out of nowhere. My mom was all pissed off at me as soon as I woke up in the morning. And I think that was like Yahweh's way of telling me, like, I'm not happy with you, son. And like, see, that was really the consequences. But I understand that because I had opened up doors for demons to come in. And since my mother was more vulnerable because she doesn't really have that same type of faith as me. So, it's like the enemy is going to use people around you to attack sometimes. And like, I think about that verse. Actually, I know I could probably pull it out. How a man's worst enemies will be members of his own household. Let me find the exact verse real quick, though, because this is important. People don't really talk about this enough. And I'm not trying to talk down on like all my family. I'm just saying that, unfortunately, that's just how it is, bro. Especially with like the age difference, and then especially when you're young, your parents don't understand, Yahweh's plans for you. They don't understand, it's the future that is set for you, and they're just trying to like stop you from getting there, or they don't, that they're confused. So unknowingly, it's like the enemy, you could use them to try and stop you, especially because they're older, so they don't understand certain things that go on in the world nowadays. Just because I told you, it's a different like generation, so they just don't understand, man. But I thought I had it somewhere, bro. Anyways, I'm gonna leave that in the thumbnail. It's all good. I thought I had it circled in here, but I don't. Only in my other Bible. But anyways, I knew that was Yahweh trying to tell me, like, okay, son, you know you shouldn't have done that, so he allowed things to stir up around me. But thankfully, the storm has settled right now. So I'm grateful. But anyways, yeah, so on Tuesday, Wednesday, like I said, I was kind of like, you know, dealing with the consequences. Like basically just arguing with family. I felt all off. My mental felt all off. That's how I knew, okay, man, I messed up. I know I shouldn't have done that. But it is what it is, man. I'm glad I put out that video, like I said, 3 days ago. I just wanted to tell you guys how I felt. And, sure enough, bro, even though I was kind of, like irritated. I was kind of irritated for the rest of the night on Wednesday. On Thursday, that was still Yahweh, His mercy was amazing. His mercy is, never ending, man. Like I said, as long as you obey, he knew I felt sorry. He knew that I sinned, but I was like, I felt so guilty. I'm not gonna eat. So the next day, I received all these new clothes. I got new clothes. You saw my other video. I had a sweater, a long sleeve. That was new. I got more new clothes. I didn't want to talk about it in the video. I didn't want to talk about it till yesterday because I was trying to get straight to the message. But, I'm appreciative of that, bro, because like I said, not last year, but in the beginning of the year and in the summer, I had to get rid of a lot of my old clothes, bro, because they were cursed clothes. I didn't realize it, man, but I had curses on them from my past, all my past sins, bro. Mainly watching the website and stuff. I didn't understand how serious that is. That if you release in certain clothes and you don't wash them, you don't pray over them, you don't cleanse them, you could hold dark energy onto those clothes if you don't pray over them, bro. So a little tip for someone who's struggling with addiction right now, bro. You could unknowingly have curses on your clothes, your objects, because of that sin. Mainly the sexual sin, bro. But what I'm trying to say is, I had to get rid of a lot of old clothes, bro. So, literally, bro, this is crazy, man. I remember, bro, in the summer when I literally only had one pair of socks, underwear. I literally only had one outfit, bro. Like one pair of pants and like 2 shirts that my uncle gave me, bro. Like I was dry. I barely had any clothes for a couple months, bro. 1 pair of shoes. I had to get rid of everything, bro. It was hard, it was not easy. And now I'm just grateful. Yahweh, he's blessing me with more clothes now. Like I said, I'm getting more clothes. So I'm very grateful for that, And like I said, even though I've been messing up a lot, I let it go now. But I'm just saying, it just shows you how much he loves us. And I've noticed that, like it sometimes it happens quicker, sometimes it takes longer for certain people. But what I notice is, like, either when you're fasting, like, someone could bless you out of nowhere. Like, I'm not saying on the first day, or like it could happen sooner into the fast, or it could happen a little bit later. But what I'm trying to say is, like, see, only a day into the fast, I got new clothes. Like, that was already Yahweh showing me, like, you did the right thing. I like, okay, keep it going. And then it was crazy. On the second day, I was so dry, like I barely drink any water or nothing, bro. So I went to, like, there was a little skate park, a little park that I used to go to years ago, bro. Where I used to swim over there and everything, man. But I was gonna go get water, bro, and then there was like this bartender guy, this other guy that I used to work with like years ago. That I saw him there all of a sudden, and I was just grateful, bro, because I was kind of skeptical at first, But that was confirmation that I'm leveling up, because even on Angel Time says, when certain people from your past, when they return in your life. Damn, bro. Of course, I see some Jezebel walk behind me, bro. Walk around the car over here. Damn, trying to throw me off. I don't care about that, bro. I don't know her. So, I thought I was gonna sneeze for a minute. But, this guy was actually chill, bro. So I used to work with him, and sometimes this is like I used to work at a movie theater when I was 18. This is my second job I had in 2023. So he's seen they were giving me a hard time. They were always like yelling at me, and every time I would talk to him, like we'd be talking about like working out and stuff, bro. And he's chill, bro. I remember because this was a long time ago. I had like a ingrown toenail. Excuse me. In 2023, I was swimming in the lake. When I went to the East Coast, a couple years ago. I was swimming in like a lake, and I think it got infected somehow, bro. But basically, I still kind of have problems with that to this day. But thankfully, it's not as bad now. But I have to clean it every once in a while. But all I'm saying is that's why sometimes I gotta do push-ups on like one foot, or I can't really do certain exercises, because if I put too much pressure on my foot, it's just not the same. So that's why you guys, sometimes you see me doing push-ups on one foot. But anyways, he's the one that told me about doing push-ups on one foot, bro. But anyways, like, it was good to run into him at the park, and we were just talking about, how we shouldn't let haters get to us. We shouldn't let all the toxicity and the negativity get to us. And this guy's in his 40s already, bro. See, he was with his kids at the playground. I was just talking to him. And see, it was a good reminder, to just remember, bro, like, that there's still some people out here that respect me. So it's good, bro, because I'm so, it's like a war zone where I'm at, bro. I walk by people I walk by people daily, bro. On the daily, bro, and I'm just seeing them like looking at me, bro, like I've crashed their car or something, bro, or I stole something from them. I'm sorry for cussing, but that's just how it is, bro. It's this area that I live in, bro. Demons are around me, bro, but it is what it is, bro. You still got angels around you sometimes. But anyways, it was good to talk to him, and like, that's what I try to say, bro. Like, sometimes it backfires. I said this all the time, but the enemy plans for bad shall return to good. So when people piss you off, all this toxicity tries to build up, and like, I think on Angel Time said that too. It's not worth going back and forth with a demon all day. So, like I said, use that anger, that motivation to work out harder, Like, I know that sounds crazy to somebody, bro, but when I was 18 working at the movie theater, bro, they were stressing me out in the kitchen. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go in the other room, or I gotta go outside and do like 50 push-ups real quick, because I don't have to knock this I don't have to knock this guy out. But really, it was at that point. So like I said, man, we gotta just, we gotta try to turn that negative into a positive, bro. Do our best. Hold on. But yeah. So thankfully, bro, this guy understood me, man, and we had a good talk. It was just a good reminder, just to realize, bro, not everyone's out to get me, but obviously I still have my discernment, But basically saying, bro, he worked at the movie theater, bro, and if I ever go back, he could get me in for a movie. So I'm appreciative of that, man. Like, I don't really watch movies like that, bro, but if I could get into a movie theater, bro, free of charge, bro, hey, I'll go in. But anyways, that was another good thing, bro. I'm like, okay, now a way to see movies again, bro. And like I said, I know some people got anxiety going back to like an old job or something, but it's not that big of a deal, bro. Really, bro. Like, you gotta realize you're not the same person that you were last time you were there. So at the end of the day, no one cares, bro. Oh, well, we've even seen you like a year or two, bro. Someone recognizes you, so what, bro? It doesn't matter, bro. They don't care. Like I said, it's just all in your head, bro. It's like when you run into someone you haven't hung out with in a while, or you run into a female you used to like back then. Like, it's not that serious, bro. It's on your head, bro. Really, like, I see these things differently now, bro. Like, it's funny, bro. Like, you don't even be paying attention, bro. You don't even care. And then females be looking at you like, oh, how come you didn't look at me? She be looking at you more, but she doesn't say anything. But, deep inside her mind, she's mad he didn't look at her. It's like, how am I supposed to know, bro? I can't read your mind, you know what I mean? So, like I said, it's not that deep, bro. Everyone just be in their head too much, bro. And me, myself included. But now that I snap out of this, bro, like, we all got anxiety, whether you're inside your house all day, you're dancing at a club or something. Everyone's got anxiety, bro. So just deal with it, bro. Sitting down or in front of a bunch of people, we all got anxiety. So deal with it, bro. And this is a shout out to my younger brother too. He made a video about this. He said the only way to break anxiety is to get out of your comfort zone. So he's right. Get used to being uncomfortable, bro. I know it sucks sometimes. You be stiff, you be, a little bit tight sometimes at first when you're getting uncomfortable. But once you get used to that, and my mentality now I realize you gotta adapt to any situation, bro. You gotta adapt to any situation. Especially, like I said, like with Yahweh, he's gonna put you through some shit, man. So you gotta adapt to certain things real quick. Apologize for cussing, but yeah, so that was good. And then yesterday, like how I said, man, Yahweh really made a way for me to get a lot of food. So now he provided food and water for me, because like I said, my mouth was really dry this past couple of days, bro. Now I got some water. Let me take a sip, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? I was just thinking about this earlier, bro. Like, sometimes, the enemy wants us to think that sometimes, bro, like, we do things for nothing, bro. Because I almost thought, like, man, I want to go even longer. I should have gone a little bit longer without eating. I should have got an extra day. I should have done this. When I think about it, bro, like, it does make a big difference. Either you go another half a day or an extra day without eating or drinking nothing, bro. But all I'm saying is, like, you can always do it again, man. I'm just saying that's how the enemy. That's how he gets us, bro. It's like, I remember, like, even in the beginning of the year, like, when I almost I was negative, bro. When I fasted for like a week, and then things were good for a few days, and then it's like spiritual warfare increases again, like 3 days later, and I'm like, bro, like, I know Chad talked about this too, man. It's like, you feel like you fast for nothing, but no. Satan will attack you harder sometimes after you had passed the test. Like, once you had passed the test, he's gonna come back again. So like I said, we just gotta get used to it, bro. He's like the bully at school, bro. You just gotta deal with him every day, bro. You just gotta you can't be vulnerable. You gotta be ready, bro. You gotta stand up to him, bro. So anyway, so hopefully I'm making sense, bro. But I was real tired these past couple of days, man. But like I said, I'm just glad, man. I got a good night's rest. Now it's Sunday. I may make another short later, working out, or I'm trying to upload another workout video later, bro, because I haven't worked out in a couple of days, but it's all good, and I was pretty sore last week. I was doing a lot, so now it's time to hit my legs more, increase strength again. But all because of Yahweh, He will increase things in my life. But I'm saying, I gotta work at it too. Because as they say, faith without works is dead. I know where that verse is at, man. But all I'm saying, just trying to stay positive here, man. Even with, like I said, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. I woke up another day, bro, and here I am. I'm still here. So in James chapter 2, verse 18 through 20, yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Shew me thy faith without thy works, and I will shew thee my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. And verse 20 says, but will thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead. Amen. So that's what I'm trying to say. I have the faith, bro. But if I don't work for it, if I don't put in work, do something, man. Do something else. It's going to make Yahweh proud. Then it's like, that's like saying, bro, okay, there's a gift on the other side of that mountain. You just got to walk up that mountain. You got to get over there. You're like, nah, I'm good. I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. And then someone else is going to go up that mountain and take it before you do. So, like I said, man, we got to still work for certain things. And I know sometimes we don't always understand what Yahweh's going to do. And I seen this in a short a couple of days ago. I've seen this a while back, actually, too. But I rewatched it. And Yahweh's basically saying, like, you don't need to have a 10-step plan. You're not supposed to have everything figured out. You're just not supposed to know everything. You just got to trust me. You got to be patient. Meaning, He's going to guide us even when it doesn't make sense. And that's what makes miracles, bro. It's just like, things don't make sense at all. And you're like, how did I go from this to that? Just like that, bro. And you're like, what? How? But that's what I'm saying, because He works on different timing, bro. We don't understand that sometimes. So yeah, I just want to make this message right now, man. Give you guys an update. I'm feeling better today. More refreshed, but I forgot exactly what. I think that was in Galatians. I think I may have talked about this, but basically saying, especially when fasting, when we're being obedient, it may take another week, couple weeks, however long, until you actually see things move. But we reap what we sow, man. That's what I'm trying to say. So, let me find the exact verse. And I already put this in the thumbnail a couple days ago, man. But let me just go over it again. Verse 7 through 9 says, be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So don't sow bad seeds. Like, that's like bad karma. And I heard another brother say, yeah, if you sow bad seeds, basically, yeah, you doing bad things, like you owe someone money, you didn't pay them back, you stole from somebody, bro. You're sowing bad seeds, so that's bad karma coming back to you, because that's what you reaped. So it's like Uno reverse, bro. It's like a magnet, bro. It's gonna come back to you. I mean, it's like a boomerang, bro. Karma's gonna get you, bro. And that's funny too, bro. When I was fighting temptations, bro, it was like, when I was walking around, I feel like walking down the street, taking a different turn, to go smoke or something. Like, I'm telling you, it's like the best way I could explain, like, those temptations, it feels like a magnet, bro. It feels like something's just pulling you to it, bro. Something is pulling you to that liquor store. Something's pulling you to that dispensary. Something is pulling you to that computer, that phone, to, watch the site and everything, bro. It's like a magnet, man. So as soon as I started thinking like that, I'm like, nah, bro. You gotta fight that. See, that that's a bad pull, bro. You know, Yahweh Spirit, he could be pulling you towards something good, but then the devil could be tempting you. He's trying to pull you to do something bad, towards a bad place, towards. He's trying to pull you towards somewhere that Yahweh does not want you to go. So, you gotta be careful, bro. It's all mental. In verse 8 through 9 says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." Amen. So I know I'm kind of reviewing some of the same verses I already went over, bro. I'm gonna put that thumbnail. I mean that verse in the thumbnail. You know, the one talking about family members, bro. But all I'm saying is, bro, that's just how it is in these days, bro. Even when family is against you, that shit shows you, bro, like, you have an anointing on your life. Yahweh's about to do great things, bro. If even, bro, it's like, I'm not trying to complain, bro, but it's like literally, bro, physically around here, bro, I got no one that's really supporting me, bro. Like, everyone's, you know, upset at me. My family's kind of like, bro, they're like double-minded, and you know what I mean? Like when your family, like, they will, like, you know, help you in certain ways, and then it's like, as soon as you feel things about this, as soon as you start to feel things change, as soon as you start to feel like things are about to, as soon as you feel like, as soon as you feel like things about to get good in your life, things about to be better, it's like all of a sudden now they're trying to put you down. Now they're trying to be negative, bro. And it's funny, bro, because, you know, you could be about to give up, and they're like, "Oh, you're never gonna do this, and that." As soon as your blessing comes, they're like, "Oh, I knew you could do it, bro." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You just said a couple days ago that, oh, I couldn't do this, and that." They want to switch up, bro. Like I said, bro, when you're really going through it, they don't want to really support you. All of a sudden, you're doing better, and they kind of have like they're giving you fake support, like, "Oh, I'm proud of you," but they don't really seem that excited for you, bro. And I'm just saying, I'm tired of this shit, bro. It's like, bro, I have every reason to be mad, but family just want to fuck around, bro, and they want to, you know, either falsely accuse you of some shit, or they want to act like you owe them something, bro. It's like, that's fucked up, bro. But then, when you're doing good, bro, they either want to hate on you, or they want to pretend to support. But when you're literally, like, when you're trying to help out, or you don't really have a way to like give them money or something, and then now they're trying to act like, bro, you're doing nothing with your life, bro. You know what I mean, bro? Like, they'll just say it so so casually, bro. It's so casual for your uncles and stuff to just say negative shit to you, bro. But then as soon as you stand up to them and let them know, like, fuck you, bro, I ain't dealing with this, bro. And then all of a sudden, now you're the one that's snapping on them, bro. It's like, no, bro, all these years that you've been doing this shit to me, bro, I'm getting fed up with it, bro. So hopefully you guys understand. I'm sorry for cussing, bro, but I'm just being real. Like, you know, this is the stuff that I go through, bro. It's like, people don't fully understand what I go through, bro. Like, on the outside, people may think my life is great. You know, I'm doing nothing. Like, I'm not going through anything, bro. They don't know the battle I go through within, bro. It's like, you have no idea, bro. But I know a few understand. So I'm not trying to rant. I just want to tell you guys, you know, more about how the week went. And now going forward, I'm ready to just start working out, relieve this stress, level up, you know. Better reap the seeds that I sowed, you know. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys can resonate with me. And, yeah, look out for workout videos soon. And, yeah, man, we're starting over again, starting fresh. So gotta go into harder times, tougher times, bro. But we're gonna be eating good eventually, bro. So try to stay humble here. Anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys with another one.